record.
That's fun.
Perfect. Okay, so let's get started. So, for anyone who is new, my name is Sue London, and I am a um, six-time award-winning hospice pet doula, pet healer, animal communicator, hospice pet doula. I've received the Humanitarian Award. I've received, I'm in the history books with Abraham Lincoln, Oprah Winfrey. This is why I'm telling you this is not to brag, but this all happened 2 days. It started 2 days after my dog Gusty crossed over. And the night before he crossed, he said to me that he was going to the other side to help me. So we're going to
Mm.
talk a little bit about, because there's some people here that have lost pets, and I want you
Yeah, I
all
have
to
two.
understand. Perfect, perfect. So what I want to do is I'm going to first of all, I'm gonna do a talk, and then what I will do is
Sure.
if I could get you guys to mute now, and then I'll do the talk, and then I'm gonna give the messages as like I've got them here now ready. But I also want to share that on these calls, I send healing to you and your pets. So after, like,
Mm.
we're on here for about an hour. So what happens is that you might be tired. Now, Lori, you might be more tired because you've had a healing session before you came on the call. So you might have a really good sleep tonight. But if you're feeling tired or if you see your pets after, just know that because you've given me their names, and I know some of you, that if your pets are kind of quiet, it's because they got an extra healing tonight. So our talk tonight is we're
That's
talking
great.
about healing for your pets. Now, what I want to cover tonight is that there's a lot of craziness in the energy in the world right now. And we also have a Mercury retrograde. So, what does that mean? That means that people are stressed. There's
We
high
do?
anxiety. There
We
is,
have Mercury retrograde? Oh my God.
oh, yeah, we have it. Are
Sorry.
you, Mary? Are you able to
You
put
were
your thing on mute there? Are you able to
sure,
do that?
sure. Let me try that.
Okay, perfect. Appreciate that. So yeah, so we have all this going on, and I can tell you yesterday, like I was sending emails out and they disappeared completely off my Gmail. So we're all having stuff happen, is what I want to tell you. So you're not cracking up with some of the things happening. So why am I saying this about, the energy in you guys is because our pets are really, 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 really feeling it. They're feeling your anxiety. They feel your stress. They feel your worry, your concerns, your fears. They feel all of that. So what I want to do right now is because I know some of you that, might be on the call now, but also listening to this live, your anxiety is really pretty high. And I want to help you I like to give tools and tips and messages and healing in this short time that we have together every couple of weeks. So what I've been guided, and what happens with these events, I'm guided to exactly what the talk is supposed to be for that time, which is tonight, and we're talking about healing for your pets. But I also get guided with what the tools I have to share with you. And the first tool that I have to share with you right now is a simple thing that, with your permission, if you'd like to join me doing this, is that this is something that I learned many years ago to help me with stress. And you literally can do this any place, anywhere. Doesn't matter if you're a young mother, you can do it in the bathroom, sitting on the toilet. Like, I'm not trying to sound graphic, but literally that's how easy this is. So, what the purpose of this is that I'm going to have you now, if you could just get yourself comfortable, look straight ahead. Just look straight ahead, and whatever you see in front of you that you're comfortable, then just focus on that spot, because the whole time I'm going to go through this, you're not going to take your eyes off of that spot. Then after we go through this, we'll kind of briefly talk a little bit about it. Okay. So get yourself so that your arms are uncrossed, your legs are uncrossed, you don't have your arms crossed. and find the spot right in front of you and just look at that. Okay. You don't want to tilt your head back. Just get yourself really comfortable looking at the spot. And then what I want you to do is breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then do it a couple more times. So we just get like that little extra stress and anxiety out of you right now. Okay. Great. You guys are doing awesome. Okay, so while you are looking at that spot, I want you to look closely at it, like really zone into it. Like, what color is it? What's the texture of it? Look very closely. Is there, is it like, is there a texture to it where is it material or is it a wall? Like, look at every little area of the whole that one spot you're looking at. Look at everything about it. Okay, you're looking at like new set of eyes. And this is what I want you going forward to do with everything when you get out in the world and get in nature and stuff like that. Because I feel like a lot of people are missing this kind of thing. So what we're doing is we're getting you present right now. Okay. So you see that spot. So keep looking at that spot. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you to listen. You're still looking at the spot. And while you're looking at the spot, what do you hear? Okay, listen really closely and see what you hear. Don't try and force anything. Just let it come to you. Like, it might be simply like maybe you have a furnace going, or a car goes by. Okay, just listen to what you hear. Okay, so what I want you to do now, and I'm going kind of quickly to show you, you can do this as long or short that you want. And for the time's sake here, um, I want you to see that you can do this every day. Okay. So while you're still looking at that spot, see if you smell anything. Like, did you burn something tonight when you were cooking supper, maybe? Or is there like a nice, fresh, clean smell in your home? Or if you're at a home or an office or wherever you are, or do you have like a wet dog? Yeah. Do you from the rain that we are experiencing here anyways? So what is it that you smell? And don't question what you smell. You might even smell perfume or cologne. Okay. And still keep looking at that spot right in front of you. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now, while you're looking at the spot, do you taste anything? Do you taste, do you have a good taste in your mouth? Do you have bad breath maybe? Did you have a coffee? So, or maybe you don't have any taste at all in your mouth. So just be aware of that. Okay. So now the next part, while you're still looking at that spot on the wall, what I want you to do is, what does it feel like? Become aware of what it feels like exactly where you're sitting. So what does it feel like, whether you're on a chair, you're laying down, where your body connects to that either bed or pillow or chair? What does that feel like against your back, against your butt, your legs? Okay, is it cold? Is it nice and cushy and relaxing and soft? Is it hard? Okay, keep looking at that spot in front of you. Okay, and then see how you feel around you. Okay, so now you're going to now check What does your body feel like right now? So internally, do you feel cold? Do you feel hot? Do you feel tingling in your body? Does your hands or feet feel cold right now? Do you feel tingling maybe in your shoulders, or do you feel a tightness in your neck or your back? I feel someone's got like lower hips that are tight. Okay, be aware of everything that you feel within your body. I'll give you about 30 seconds to do that. Okay, now one final thing that I want you to do is see, kind of scan around you and see if you feel anything around you. Like, do you feel a breeze, coolness? Temperature in one area might be cool or another area might be warm. Just scan that around you. And remember, you're still looking at this one spot right in front of you in a comfortable position, right? Okay. Okay, so now stop looking at your spot. Just shake it off. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you on the call to share, if you'd like, what you experienced, and then I'm going to help you to understand what happened for you. So, Lori, did you experience anything during that? You can unmute there if you want.
I was just super relaxed,
Perfect.
super
Good.
relaxed.
Good.
The sound, it seems like when I get really quiet, I always hear a humming sound in my house or something. But
Yeah.
I guess that's why I always have something going.
Right. So,
I've
see,
been
that's now
listening to that frequency you talk about.
it's
That's
432.
amazing. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
It
really
is. It
great.
is. I was like my over the weekend. It wasn't during this, but over the weekend, my side was hurting really, really bad, and I put that music on, and it was like, "Whoa, it quit."
Really floaty,
It
right?
really
So
did.
like
Amazing.
this is great. Now, did you have anything around, did you feel anything in your body during this
Uh,
process? Any coolness
yeah,
or tingling?
yeah, I did. I mean,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's my body or just because I got quiet and felt my body, you know. Try not to do
Okay.
that too much.
Oh, okay. Well, so tell me, like, were you feeling like, did, because, so why I'm asking you is because someone had their hands around you. So I want, like, did you feel like someone's hand on your shoulder? Did you feel tingling in your shoulders or coolness?
Yeah, yeah. At one point, I did feel like a cold. Oh.
Right? Thank you. You've made my day. You're my shining star here so far, okay? So what happens, I want everyone to know this, okay? Because people say to me, "Well, I don't connect with the other side." You have connected with the other side, my dear. So when you feel tingling in your body, and I'm not saying like your leg's gone to sleep or something. You could just be sitting there and, a lot of times the other side, they like to put their arm around you. They like to put their hands on shoulders. Sometimes like I've had actually my hair move because they're kind of brushing my hair. I've had people's pets on the other side have helped cross. They come back and they're sitting on my knee. When they're sitting on my knee, I feel tingling. I feel coolness when that happens. So when you feel coolness at your, wherever the tingling is, you know the difference between it's like a health issue and it seems odd, and that odd, where'd that come from? That is the other side connecting with you. So be aware of that. And the coolness, like, did you feel your feet, Lori, cold as well?
Very,
Nope.
very,
So,
very
sorry, say it
cold.
again. They're
My feet are
cold.
very cold. Yeah, they
Yeah.
got very cold.
Yeah, because you've got a pet sitting right at your feet right now. And that's why, wanted to point out to you that your feet were cold, that I felt them. And like my hands are feeling really cold. And I
So
feel
I
like,
haven't had a lot of pets in my lifetime. I've lived in town and I haven't had a lot of pets. So
mm.
is it
This
this?
doesn't necessarily have to be just pets. This can be people as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Interesting. I know I got neurological problems, so I just always felt that's probably what it was.
no, no,
Well,
you're
thank
very
you, Sue.
empathic. See, everybody has the abilities to connect with the other side. And just so you know, this meditation that I just took you on, you can do it as short. Like literally, when I had my kids were young, I'd go to the bathroom and sit on the toilet and stare at the wall and do this for 5 minutes. Like this
My
is really a good grounding exercise, right? And
my
so
mom
you can,
graduated from nursing school the same year I graduated from high school, and she used to say that that's the only time she could get a moment's peace. She would go, she would go to the
it's true.
bathroom and get a moment's peace.
Right? It's true. So, like on my website, I think it's still there. On my website, on the home page, you'll see where it says meditation, being in the present moment. You can go there and you can uh listen to it on a regular basis. It's there for you, okay? Okay, so Veronica can't talk. Okay, Veronica, we can talk later if you have questions about this. I see you're still working. But yeah, so if you uh you can doing this every day will help with your stress and anxiety and anything you're fearful for, anxious, any of this stuff, which is ultimately helping your pet heal. Because when your energy is in this place of calmness and grounding, that's the best gift you can give your pets. And a lot of time when people's pets cross over, this is how you can communicate with them. And when you feel that coolness, then it helps you to understand, okay, I've got someone with me. And then to take it a step farther, if you're not sure who it is, just close your eyes and then just see, ask the other side to say, like, show me who's with me. And the first name that comes to you, that's who's with you. So, Lori, I feel like for you, you've got a grandpa with you. So know that. Okay. And that a lot of times people say, well, I didn't have that many pets, but you just have to interact with a pet. And like myself, in my lifetime of 61 years, I've had 7 pets. But when I had helped my last dog cross over, it was like standing room only in that vet's like exam room. And they were like coming home, and our house is always full and our house is always freezing. And in the summertime, I can have flannel pajamas on, I can have a big cozy house coat on and a blanket, and I'm still cold because I feel them so much. So, this is something to be aware of. So, Lori, thank you for sharing that. And so, get in the habit of doing this, and this will help a lot with a lot of the physical stuff going on in you. And it's really comforting to know you're not alone on the journey, too, right, Lori?
Yes, very much so. I just want to
Right.
thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome. You're welcome.
let me know that.
Yeah. So, well, I was just guided. I had to share this with everyone tonight because there's a lot of people that are really, really having a hard time right now with this energy. And, I'm really blessed that, all the challenges that I had in my life, I learned so much. And now, like after my second near-death experience was when I was told, I'd come back because I had to have millions of pets and owners to cope, heal, and move forward. And like literally, I just listen to their guidance and they tell me what to tell you. So I'm just really honored to be here to share this with you to help your journey be so much easier. Because ultimately, each one of us is here to experience joy and love. And when I crossed over, I can tell you that it is unbelievable the difference of what it is like on earth in this energy versus the other side. And so, we want to have ourselves that we get to a place where we can experience peace and love and joy every day of our life. So, by just doing that meditation, you can do it 5 minutes, 3 minutes, half an hour, whatever you want. I know for me, I meditate actually 4 times a day. And in this energy, I normally walk a mile a day, and I'm walking about 3 to 4 times as much right now because the energy is so crazy. And when you are in this experience of this energy and it's all over the place, getting the movement, you're getting out that energy that is toxic. It's like, that you're absorbing it from others. And everyone on these calls are empathic, by the way. So that means you feel stuff from others, whether you're aware of it or not. You feel it, and then you go home and you wonder, why am I so tired? Or why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling so drained? So what happens when you come home, your pets are feeling this. So what we want to do is ultimately get each one of us living on this planet very calm, relaxed, feeling love and joy. And I can tell you that, when your time comes to cross, you'll see the difference what I'm talking about. And so it's just amazing. Now, Mary, how did you feel? Do you want to come off on mute, and do you have any questions about what you went through, or you want to share your experience?
Mary or Megan?
Megan, sorry, you're Megan.
Yeah. Um, I felt like a vibration. I've been actually feeling that all throughout my house. I have to stop and, like, earlier today, I put my hand on the floor to see, is the ground really vibrating? Because my body, it feels like it's vibrating, and I didn't
Yes,
really feel anything, but
yeah,
when I was sitting, I definitely felt it, kind of a tingling vibration. I could hear my dog breathing, the birds chirping. Um,
beautiful.
no coldness really, but no heat really either.
No. Well, and so the vibrating, that's really big. I know for me,
Yeah,
some
no,
days it feels like the whole world is like literally shaking. And that's you feeling the
yeah,
high frequency. Yeah. That's because you're very
yeah.
empathic. You know that, right?
Yeah. I don't know about yeah, empathic, sometimes a little psychic, I would maybe call it.
Yeah.
Um, Not predicting the future, but I like know things are going to happen. Like I picture it and then it happens. It's really
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah. You know what happens to me? And I had this happen to me even as a kid. I had a problem with one of my foot, my foot. And there was so many things going on with it, but what happens for me is that when my foot starts hurting, there's a major weather situation happening or a catastrophe in the world. And
Mm,
yeah, and so like this was a foot that they operated on when I was 17. They told me I had a disease in my foot, and I didn't. They did a surgery. They took out some bones in my foot. Didn't make a difference. And, then I developed Crohn's disease in my life and was on high doses of steroids. I'm 50 years old. I hit the gas pedal and shattered all the bones in the ball of my foot. I was in a wheelchair for 2 years and on crutches for a year. And so
mm,
I'm very strong-willed. And when someone says to me, you know, just you have to accept stuff, I'm very strong-willed Sagittarius. And when someone tells me I can't do something, I always look for the answers because I know that we all have the healing abilities within ourselves. And I went on to heal Crohn's disease, but with my foot, I learned that like I asked, my angels and my loved ones and all my pets with me to find the right person that could help me understand what was going on with my foot. And what happened was that I had a client come that was 10 minutes late one day. And this is going back 11 years when this happened. And she said her brother, she had just taken him to a foot surgeon and that he was in this severe car accident. Now, I live in Ontario, Canada, and our doctors, our surgeons are going to the States. So we have a real shortage on surgeons here. And so what
mm,
happened, she connected me to this surgeon that, I was trying to get in with. And he turned out that he was Chinese. He was in school, medical school. His roommate did Reiki. And so he said to me, they were talking actually about amputating my foot because they didn't know the answers, what was going on. And so he said, you have
Mm.
Reiki that will help you. So what happened, I learned that when we have stuff happening in our body, that we have to look at what's internally we're putting in as well as what's external. And so I went through a detox that it's I don't have the book in front of me. But if anyone wants that, you can just send me a message and I'll certainly send the information to you. But I did this. It was just basically, 3 days you don't have meat, 3 days you don't have sugar, 3 days you don't have something else. And it goes like over a 21-day period. And after that is when I started walking. And it was just crazy. It was the toxins that were in my body, but it was also the psychic ability in me that I felt the vibration of the earth changing. When they say the birds, or wildlife, when there's a storm coming, they move. You ever heard that? Like you'll see that like birds will fly, or animals in the bush will act differently and they get running to get away from something. Well,
Yeah.
that's what my foot did. And so anytime my foot acts up, I say to my husband, okay, check the news because I don't check news. And he'll tell me when that happens to me that there was a tsunami one Boxing Day many years ago. And I experienced that through my foot. Why am I going on
Mm.
so much about
Wow.
this? Because I feel you have these abilities. So what I want to recommend for you is to write down when you feel something and monitor it when there's something going on.
Mm.
Okay, because you
Yeah.
do have
Okay.
this is where like right now in this time and space in on the planet, people are now like they're stepping into their true self and abilities are starting to shine that they didn't know they had in them. And so I feel
Mm.
for you that this is what's happening. So be aware of that. And that's a long-winded message. I'm sorry. But you really have a connection with the planet, really have a connection with what you're experiencing.
Thank
So
you. Yeah. I
congratulations
sometimes
on
I
that.
feel it and sometimes I don't.
Yeah, but that's okay because
But
sometimes when you don't feel it, go within and go, I got to do that meditation Sue just did with us because that will
yeah.
tell you that you're not really present and grounded. And that's part of like
Yeah.
for me, I do this kind of work 4 times a day, as well as get by the water, walking. I do Tai Chi. All of these things help me to really grow my vibration and it's getting pretty high. And like I can see something now and then I can see it looking like what it's going to be like in 100 years. And
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy what's happening. One day I was laying in bed and all of a sudden I saw my husband standing beside me. Now for me, that's a little freaky because he's supposed to be at work, which he was, but his energy was there and I saw him like you're seeing me right now. And what had
Mm.
happened, his energy had come to me. He was sending me a text. That was all he was
Oh,
doing. And I was feeling his energy just like that. So, like, there's a lot of things happening for people at all levels. So, welcome
yeah.
to my world, my dear. I'm excited for you. You just keep joining my calls and I'll give you lots of tips. How's that?
Okay.
Okay. So
Sounds good.
that exercise that I gave you, I want to encourage you to do that. Now, it's really important to how we help our pets through all this is that the calmer that you are, the more relaxed you are, having the attitude, everything is happening in our life for a reason. So when you are highly stressed, I will ask you now to go within, and this is relating to some of the people that are not on the call today, but there's a lot of times when you're stressed, it means you're out of balance. And so some of you that are, going to be getting this replay, it's because you are out of balance. You're not doing being your true authentic self. So these are kind of some little tips and cues for you to know that, if you're, if you're not having that balance in your day, or if you're doing too much work and not no play, or you're not getting exercise, or you're not, if you're going out a lot, is your energy out there too far? And that, like, you want to be where to bring your aura, bring your energy in, carry a tourmaline stone in your pocket, put a like a bright light around you, like an almost like a thick egg, mauve in color, like all of these things that you can do. But I'm very careful, like who I even surround myself with. And I mean, it might sound anal when I say kind of like these things, but I know for me, I'm always thinking about what I'm bringing home in my energy to my pets, and my pets are everything to me. Now, I do healing on my pets for 3 to 4 times a day, because they are right beside me even now as we're talking right now. And when I have clients, they absorb everything because they're like our pets are like little sponges. So we have to be very mindful of where we go, who do we interact with, the places where we go. Where I live, I'm 5 minutes from the water, and I live 20 minutes down the road from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Now I can go down to our waterfront. When I'm at our waterfront, 5 minute drive, I'm looking at Buffalo, New York. Sometimes when I go down to the water, I feel such anger from that area. I can't stay there. I have to go somewhere else to a different waterfront down more towards Niagara Falls, because the energy and just feeling people and that atmosphere, it's just too much for me. So that's how much we have to be careful where we go and who we get around. So be aware of that, because your pets are all going to feel that when you come home. Okay, it's really important to know. So those are kind of a couple things around that. Now, before I go into messages, I want to share with everybody. I know a couple of you, or a few of you, were on another call that I did recently. What I've set up recently is that I have a membership now on my website. My website is asksuelondon.com. I will put it in the chat line after when we're getting near the end. And I have a membership area on there. And what I'm doing right now for the first month for everybody, because this is a really tough month. We had that really like strong full moon, and then we had the solar eclipse. And I cannot tell you how many pets I was helping cross over in that short period of time, because it was just too much for them. And so what I'm doing is I'm offering that people can have the diamond level membership that's normally $99.95, and it's only $24.95. And in that time, everybody, yourself and up to 3 pets, will get healing from me 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, for the whole month. And there's other like benefits to that as well. And you can see that all on there. But if you are not in that membership, I used to charge an awful lot more for that, and people were paying it, but I wanted to make it so that everybody could afford it. So you'll see those details on there. And if you use the code Ask Sue London, then you will get it for only $24.95 for that first month. So just know about that. And also, what's really good for you to do for your pets, helping them to stay healthy, is you want to clear their energy. So what you would do is that you would start at the top of their head, and you can either put your hands on them, or you can just brush the energy. You want to clear the energy that they absorb. Okay. So say somebody comes into your house, then your pet, they're like sponges. They absorb everything. If you're not feeling good, they're going to absorb it from you. So you want to clear the energy. So basically, see how my hands are just going over my head like this? Well, you would do this on your pet, and you'd go right down the neck and down the back, down the spine, down to the hip, and then right, at the end of the tail, and then flick it in the ground, but not on yourself and not on other pets. And then you would go, start at the top and then go to the ears. Because, a lot of times when people get really stressed and angry, Pets don't like that. It can really affect them with what they hear. So you start at the top and you go to the ears and you could just pull that energy out and again flick it into the ground, not touching any pad or yourself. Then you start at the top of the head again and you're brushing the energy down the head, down the shoulders, down the front legs, flick it into the ground. Then go again, the top of the head, down the neck, down the back, down the spine, and then go down the hips, the back end. There's a lot of people worrying about money and finances now, and the pets that are coming to me that have hip issues, it's it's a lot. So really spend a lot of time working on your pet's hips, because I do feel on the call there are some pets right now that have absorbed people's money, financial issues. Okay, so just brush all that down. Then when you're all done, flick that energy off of you, brush it off, blow it away. Okay, just not flicking it on anyone. And that's how you can clear the energy on your pet. You can do that every couple hours, if depending on where you're at, or if it only needs it once a day. I always do my pets at least in the morning and night. When the energy was really crazy during that solar eclipse, I was doing it every couple hours on my dogs because I was quite busy helping a lot of animals cross and helping the owners. So that's another thing that you can do. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to give these messages to everyone because we have a few here and I want to, really honor your time. So the first one is for Nicole. And Nicole, you had some questions about Ranger Boy. And your question was, is he happy and was he ready to cross? And I can tell you that Ranger is your guardian angel and that he came into your life for a reason, and that was that he was your protector. And he still is your protector. And he told me specifically he's sitting on the floor beside your bed near the doorway, and he sits there at nighttime. So if you're feeling like, there might be someone there, well, it's because it's your beautiful Ranger Boy. And so he is there with you. He did come into your life to be your support. So if you look back of when you got him, where you were mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and then he crossed. So look at how much growth you had along your journey when he, for the time you had him, because that will help you to understand why he was there. Like there, because every pet comes to us for a reason. And, when you've lost a pet and you're grieving, it helps you to, when you look back at that, to help you really understand that truly every pet does come in all of our lives for a reason. They're actually brought into our life to be our pets. Okay. Doesn't matter how the journey came, if you're the second owner or whatever, they are there with you for a reason. Okay. He knew that it was his time and he was ready to cross over. He's very happy. He's very healthy. And what's he saying here? And he joined you as he crossed over, did his thing, and then he came right back. And he's your protector, but in a different way. Now, one of the things that you need to do is you need to ask him for what it is you want because he's sitting beside you, just like everyone else's pets on this call. That if you lost a pet or a loved one, they sit beside you and they are waiting for you to say what it is you want. And like at the beginning, remember I said about these awards I got? Well, my dog Gussie told me the night before he had to cross over to help me to reach more people that were in need of me because he saw the work I was doing with pets and he knew that was part of his journey with me. And we're still together. He came back and he rang my phone at 11:11 to tell me he had crossed. And I was right there with him, seeing his soul coming out of his body. It was just quite a magical thing. But anyway, so one more thing for Nicole is that in previous life, that Ranger Boy was actually a high society man and you knew him. So, when you're grieving, like, you are, which is very real, doesn't surprise me. It's because you have that past life experience, connection with him. Okay, so I hope that helps you. And I know that, we were talking before. You're not on the call now, but you will get the replay. And if you have questions later, we can connect and you can have a session with me. Okay. Veronica, my dear Veronica. Again, I'm going to send the replay out to all of you because I know some of you are on the call and some are busy and some are doing other things. But Max wanted to say to you, to report to me about you, that things are changing for the better. This is how he said it. Things are changing for the better. Slowly, but they're changing. So good girl, I'm proud of you. And he says, I don't feel the heaviness as much. So that's a really good thing because, like we talked about, right, what was going on. And that, he said there is still work to be done. But, mom's keeping to the plan. And like grandma slash mom grandma, keeping to the plan. That was the message. So, often Max does come back and report to me just so you know that I know what you're doing, just when you don't know what you don't know, right? So that's Max's message to Veronica. Now, Lori, um, Henry is great, but we have to get you on track. So, and that was the message, exactly what Henry said to me. Okay. One of the things that I want to encourage you to do, and this is actually, Lori, just so you know, this is actually from Jacob and Grandma. They're coming through again here for you. The one thing that, and I want to encourage everyone who's listening to this call too, because there's a theme with this, that in the world right now, people don't there's anxiety, there's stress, and like aches and bodies, and different things happening. And this is the time to make a list, create a list of exactly what you want your life to be. So, if you've been on my calls before, you'll hear me say, okay, I'm like your good fairy Susie here, and I've got my magic wand over you, and I'm saying to you, what is it that you want in your life? And put that on your list. And I do this myself. And I find that when I do that, then I'm very clearly focused what I want. And then I will take and I will talk to my pets, my loved ones, my angels, before I meditate. And then when I meditate, they give me the message, the guidance, or they bring it to me. So I manifest very quickly by doing this specific exercise. So Lori, this is kind of what your homework is, and it's coming to you from Henry, Jacob, and Grandma. Okay. And that Jacob and Grandma are saying that they're going to help make all the things that you want happen. You just have to be very clear what it is you want, and you have to ask them. The other side will not do things for us unless you ask. Okay, because that's part of what we have to do. Some people have a hard time with asking, but I'm telling you, it's magical when you ask. Laura, you have a question, don't you?
No, I'm just thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't have a question. But you
Oh,
said
okay.
you said Henry's all right.
Oh, Henry's great. Like he's like, yeah, give mom that homework,
I know he just came in and started screaming when you started talking about him.
right? Yeah. Well, didn't he do that when we had our session too? He came in, was talking to.
Yeah, he likes your
Yeah.
energy.
Right. Well, thank you for that. Thank you, Henry. So yeah, so make a list, and that's for you, Lori, but it's also for a lot of other people on the
And
call. Okay.
I did get that book, but I haven't got through it yet.
What book was that? I don't remember what I
The
told you. Was
reset.
that what was it?
The reset.
Oh, yes. What was the name of that so that I don't have to answer a lot of calls later?
I'll find,
The
I'll put it
hormonal.
in chat. I'll put it in chat. I'll get
I
on it.
love you. Thank you.
Okay.
Perfect. So yeah, so that well, Lori's doing that. So and then for Sarah, now so Sarah, I'm feeling big time your stress, and it's actually I'm feeling it through the roof. I feel what your stress is about is because you're not in balance, like what I was talking about earlier. Okay. So again, you're one to make a list of where your time management is. So I encourage you to do, take an Excel sheet or paper and that, and start your time from the time you get up until you go to bed, and look what you're doing. in every part of that day, every hour. I've done this myself, and it was a real eye opener. So when you do that, I feel like you're going to see you don't have balance. You're missing that fun part of your life. And I feel also like you're not really doing your passion. Like you're not living the passionate that your true self. So these are kind of some things to look at, and to kind of help you to sort out what you want to do in your life and that. And Cooper said to me that Cooper is really feeling your anxiety. So that's where these healings are really going to help both of you for that. Okay. Now let me go to Megan, because I have to just kind of go to my phone here and see. So just give me a second here, guys. So Megan, Max is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love him. Love him so much. So
Oh,
you're wanting to know, is Max scared still? No.
yeah.
Max is not scared. You have actually done amazing work with him. Really, like I want to thank you. You have done incredible stuff for this dog. You are his savior, literally. So you are such a gift to him. Um,
Mm.
so has that gotten any better? Yes, yes. So yes, he's getting better. So you just keep up doing what you're doing. Will you ever be confident and comfortable enough to cuddle me? So when an animal goes through this kind of stuff, it's all about patience. And when I had a pet that we got at 5 weeks old. And for a long time, he would just cower down and pee on our mattresses, our sofas, our chairs. And when that would happen, we couldn't blame him because he was abandoned by the owner, and the owner took the mother from the litter. And so when that happens, there's all kinds of stuff that happens. Now, this poor little guy, Max, has just been through the ringer. Like I see in my mind, like a film, what he's gone through. And it really makes me sad for what this beautiful little boy has gone through. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So just be patient with him, give him lots of love. That's what's going to help him heal. And that's exactly what I did with my boy. And that, like, it was 2 years of a lot of peeing on furniture, but you know what? I knew he came into our life for a reason. And I always get pets coming to me that need healing. And so I always say, the pets that are for me, let them come up and lick my face. I love when a dog licks my face, or a cat, kind of comes into me. And so every
Me
pet that
too.
I've always had, they lick my face. So if you ever see my short videos that I have on YouTube or anywhere, you'll always see me holding Buddy, our latest little rescue boy, and he's always licking off one side of my makeup on the one side of the face. So I give up wearing it. Um, so yeah, so now you have healing hands yourself, right? What are you doing healing work now?
No, not specifically. Um, uh,
When you put
I
your
do.
hands on when you put your hands on Max, do you find that your hands get warm?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you're doing healing on him.
I
When
have
you
my
put
hands
your
on him a
hand on
lot.
Perfect. See, intuitively, that's what you're doing. Now, I actually teach pet Reiki classes, and I'm not pushing this on you. I'm just saying that I have another class coming up on May the 13th and 14th, and I teach people how to do healings on their pets. You, like me, I've
Mm.
always been a child that did the healing on pets. And my family, and okay, for the record, okay, I'm putting us on a recording. I am not a dog stalker, but my family nicknamed me that. And what would happen to me at a young age, I would go out for a walk and my hands would start vibrating. And it would, because there would be an animal that I had to put my hands on because it needed healing. And so that's, my family called me this name because I had to touch every pet. Right. So if you find your hands get warm, that's energy coming out of them. And see, we all have these abilities to do this kind of thing. Um, you have naturally been doing healing on Max and you are helping him. But if you wanted to do it
Yeah.
stronger, we can talk after. You send an email, we can talk about that for you. But
Mm.
I, I want to thank you because you literally are really doing amazing work with Max. So, just keep
Oh,
up what
thank
you're
you.
doing. And it's, when you're saying about will he ever be comfortable to cuddle me, love and patience, that's what's going to help with that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
He's
did
made
you
huge
go ahead?
improvements. He really has.
Yeah.
Other people notice it more readily than I do, but he didn't even used to let anybody pet him. He
Yeah.
was so timid, and now he's just he'll actually go up to people and actually want to interact with them, and he didn't do that for like the first year I had him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
No, he's
he's real
just
good.
such.
He has a real startle response like I do. We both are we're born on the same day, February 17th, and he's startled and jumps throughout the day just like me. It's such a trip. I've always had
Oh no.
a heightened
Oh
startle
no.
response.
Yeah, he's definitely your dog, but like literally, he just keeps saying, "She's my savior. She's my savior. She's my savior." You literally, for what he
Mm,
went through, he is come
yeah.
so far from what you've done for him. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have done for
Mm,
him. You gave him life.
oh yeah.
Like I just want to cry because what he had and what you saved him from, it means so much to him because you literally have
Mm,
saved his life, right? I'm getting
yeah.
teary-eyed. Yeah, he's really like just showing me everything he's been through. But oh my gosh, I just want to cuddle him. I say this to everybody,
Mm,
but I mean it. Like I just see what all your pets go through and it just breaks my heart, you know? So
yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
I used
around.
to say I don't know how he got. I adopted him right after he turned a year old, and I just remember always thinking, wow, how could they mess him up so bad? He was only alive for a year. And
Yeah,
it really makes me, he has so many weird, won't go through the doorways. And, it's
yeah.
just a trip. It's just,
Well,
yeah.
this little dog that we have now, well, we have two, but my dog Gus told me we were getting a replacement. He was sending us a puppy. We were getting a puppy, and every time my dogs tell me that, it's like, no, 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 it's not your time to go. And so we literally Gussie crossed, and then 2.5 weeks later, I got a phone call from our local pet store that she said, I found Gussie's replacement and you need to come over right now. I literally had an hour and a half window in my entire week, and it was right at that time. And I went over, and what had
Mm,
happened was a grown son, thought he was doing the good thing for his parents by getting them a dog. But he
mm,
got a puppy, an 8-week-old puppy. And the thing of that was that the mother was 92 with dementia. The father
mm,
was 92 with Alzheimer's disease. And what happened, his brother, the power of attorney of the parents, came over. At this point, the dog is 22 months old. And he went into the house. He found this, was startled. He saw this puppy in the garage. And he said to the parents, "Whose dog is this?" And they said, "We don't have a dog." They forgot they had a
mm,
dog. And so this is Buddy. This is our dog that we have saved. And he didn't even know how to walk around a block. Like, to go for a walk. You'd think that would be common sense for a pet to know how to walk. We had to teach him how to just to
mm,
walk and a lot. But a lot of the healing, like I do healing on him a lot because he's got a lot of stuff in him. And he was always in like my husband and I've been in each other's lifetimes, every lifetime. And Buddy was Ross's dog in these other lifetimes. And I always say to him, "Can you not talk to that dog of yours?" And always it's been our dogs, but this one I know because they always have this strong connection. So, what I want to say, why I'm saying that is because some of you on the call have a really strong connection with a pet. And sometimes when you you feel like it's like your best friend, or when they cross and you get really sad, what's happening is you've been together in other lifetimes. And that's also something that, when I do consultations, I help you understand, that whole experience around that. So for me, it's kind of interesting because
Mm.
I know this stuff when I see the pet comes in, or, my husband and I go somewhere and we've been there before in another lifetime. And like with Buddy, I saw he was thrown from a train in the 1800s. And so that helped me to understand that when the car moved, his first car ride, he was beside himself, and so we've had to do a lot of love and patience with him as well. So, but
Mm.
yeah. So, anyways, it's an amazing journey that, we're all on, and our pets are all our teachers. And I just want to kind of just sum up with everyone to know that, the best gift you can give your pet is to work on yourself. Keep yourself healthy physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I do these talks on the second and the fourth Tuesday of every month. Send me your picture, send me the pet's name, send me your questions. Send me, if you can, the day before, at the very latest on the day of the event by noon Eastern time. And then I'm happy, if you come on every time and have questions. That's why I do this, because I want everyone to understand how they can help their pet. And this, it changes every time I do these. And you also get a healing for you and your pet when I do this. So let me go to this chat. Lori was wonderful to get this. So I was talking about how I followed a book and got the toxins out of my body. Lori's got that on the chat line. And the name of the book, so if you're on the replay, the name of the book is The Hormone Reset Diet. It's Heal Your Metabolism to Lose Up to 50 pounds in 21 days. Basically, I was not on it for hormone reset. I didn't have a problem with that. It was just that, because at that point, like I'm missing 3 feet of my intestine. That was the second near death experience I had. And during that, they took 3 feet of my intestine out. So I don't go to the health store and buy these boxes and do cleanses or anything like this. And this is with this book. It's from she's a doctor, and it really makes it very gentle. Now, saying this, if anyone is going to consider doing this, I am not a doctor. I am telling you from my experience. My husband is doing it right now, and he says to me, and I experience this for myself, is that sometimes when we feel kind of like achy in our bodies, as we get a little older, or stiffer, that we both experienced that. We felt like younger and we could move. We were more flexible in that. And right now, my husband Ross is saying that again, and he does this once a year, and he does about two rounds. Sometimes he does three. When I had to do this to be able to walk again, I had to do 2 rounds of it. So, if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me. And let me put it in the chat line here if there is anything. So my website is asksuelondon.com. And if you wanted to get that membership for this month for $24.98, you just go to the membership area on the website and put in the code Ask Sue London, and then that's at the cart area, and then hit apply. And then you'll get that 1 month for $24.95 versus $99.95. And what that will give you is a healing on yourself, as well as that will give you up to 3 pets. And so you will get that Monday to Friday. So that's, for all levels of pets. And if you find that that's all you want to do for the subscription, just hit cancel just before it expires. You don't get paid to charge anymore. If you want to do a different level, you can see it all on the website about all that, how it goes. But it's really a great deal. Like, people are telling me, why am I offering this? But I there's a lot of pets needing help now. So on that note, I want to thank everyone who was on the call today, and I want to thank everyone who couldn't be here. That I'm going to, like, after we finish up, I'll get this set up and it will go out. I'm going to send it out by the end of tonight. So if there's anything that you missed, maybe the live people on the call, that you can go back and hear that. and it will be there for those of you that couldn't be on the call, whether, different time zones or wherever you're at. So I have been sending a lot of healing, and that's about an hour and a half. I did healing on everybody with your pets. So as I mentioned in the beginning, if you find that your pet's kind of quiet, it's because they got a lot of healing, and we're clearing a lot of stuff in them, as well as it's helping you to relax. And as a reminder, that meditation we went through at the beginning, it is on my homepage at asksuelondon.com, and you'll see it under meditation. It says like in the present moment. So that's it for tonight. I'm not sure. Actually, I have to check my calendar. I don't even know. I think that the first Tuesday, the Tuesdays, I'm going away. Very rare. This is a rare thing. We're going away for about 4 days, and I'm not sure if that date for that Tuesday is this that falls on the Ask Sue London live night or not. So just kind of keep an eye on my homepage, and within the next 4 days or so, I will have the new one up there, and you can get registered. And I'm just not sure. I'm not organized here. Actually, you know what? I can tell you right now. I'll look at my calendar because then everyone knows. So in May, the second Tuesday is the 14th. I will be back, so we will do a call on the 14th. So there you go. There's your answer. Okay, so the next call will be on the second Tuesday, which will be on the 14th. And I haven't got the message from the other side what that will be yet. But if there is anything that you do want to know, and on a topic, send me an email. Let me know what you want to know, because that's what these are about, is to help you get more informed and educated, and helping you help your pet. So Lori, you're very welcome. I just saw your message. Veronica, you're great. And Megan, thank you again for rescuing that little guy, because you've really saved his life. And I want to, from the bottom of my heart, say it again. Thank you for saving that little guy's life. I'm
Oh,
gonna have to
thank you.
walk now, because I really see, it's like I'm seeing a video in my mind of everything that he's gone through. So give him a big hug for me. So
I
I gotta
will.
okay,
ask, I gotta ask, does that Beagle have his voice?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, that's good.
he
That's
does.
good.
Yeah.
I heard some bad stories about what they did in those labs.
Yeah.
terrible.
Luckily, he wasn't in a lab for long, about six
Thank
months,
God.
and then they gave him back to the breeder. But if you guys get a chance, Google Envigo, Envigo. They have since closed down, but it's a fascinating story. They
Wow.
all went to homes, 5,000 of them.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you've done good, my friend. I'm really honored that I can help you with him. So I'm just going to stop the record here. But before I go, I want to thank you all for joining me. And I'm Sue London, and I want to wish you much love and many blessings. That's how I wrap up every show, and I can't not do that for you tonight. So let me just